Assalamu alaikum dear students, hope you will be fine and enjoying good health. Today we are here with the topic of 7 C's of effective communication that comes in the category of communication skills. So what are the 7 C's? We have to now focus on these 7 skills, 7 C's for effective communication regarding our professional life, regarding our business or the job life. So we will discuss in the coming content that certain principles that must be followed, and these principles are advocated. Francis J. Bergen provides guidelines for choice of content and style for presentation adapted to the purpose of the receiver of the message. So when we have to talk to someone else by verbal, through oral or written, we have to keep in your mind these 7 points or these 7 elements or characteristics. So what are they? First one is completeness, second is conciseness, third one is clarity, fourth one is correctness, fifth one consideration, sixth one courtesy, and seventh one is concreteness. So what are they? Now we will discuss in detail each and every element. First one is completeness. So first of all we must know that completeness. So here we can say from completeness from talking from the sender's point of view, mean the ideation that he want to encode, the message, the selection of words and the medium, it must be completed. Incomplete message keep the receiver guessing and create misunderstanding and delay action. So first of all they are talking about from the sender's point of view, that the person who wants to talk to someone else either through written or oral be provided with all the required fact and figure. For example, if the factory supervisor instructs workers to produce a work or something else, he must specify the exact size, shape, the quality and the cost. So we cannot say that you have to do this work or you have to come for the meeting or you have to do something extra at that given time, but you must have a proper theme, a proper topic, proper information, and that must be accurate. While answering the letter, all questions raised in the letter must be replied. So these are the different examples they are saying, but first of all they are saying that if the sender wants to make the process completion, it must be focused that all the information with the fact and figure with the accuracy has been delivered. Next one is talking about for the conciseness. Conciseness mean a brief discussion, a few possible words, and without sacrificing the other C's qualities. Mean you could not talk too much or use a selection of words too much, be not so much irrelevant or extemporaneous. That the conciseness is desired, that a concise message, it saves our time and the time of the receiver as well, expense from the sender and receiver from both sides. Conciseness contributes to emphasis. By eliminating unnecessary words, you let important ideas stand out. So how if you have the concise, if you do the concise talk to each other, it would be beneficial for both sides, because then you will not put so much effort to highlight the important ideas. If the discussion is already brief, you may easily get the important points. When combined with you view, concise messages are inherently more interesting to recipients as they avoid unnecessary information. So you view means talking about the conciseness, that if you will keep in your mind the relationship or the context in your mind while talking to someone else, either using any medium, so you must observe the you view attitude, mean you view talking about the receiver's point of view. Next one is the third point, that is clarity. clarity of thought or clarity of message, or talking about to develop the understanding level, talking about the decode. And to some extent we can say that clarity of message, it comes from the category to the receiver. That clarity means getting your message across so the receiver will understand what you are trying to convey. You want that person to interrupt your words with the same meaning you have in your mind. So here they are talking about the encode and decode. First of all, we can say from the ideation, then encode, and next one is the medium, and the fourth one is the encoding. If the encoding is correct or accurate, so the feedback would be appropriate, and later on the loop will be completed. So accomplishing that goal is difficult because, as you know, individual experiences are never identical. The words have different meanings to different persons. So here they are talking about the barriers as well, the interpersonal skills as well, and the styles as well. The barriers are having a strong impact on the communication. So here they are saying that the words have different meanings to different persons. So barriers are also the responsible for this section. The knowledge, experience, the mentality, the emotions, and the personality overall of the two persons are also never identical. So keep in your mind they were having a different perceptions regarding same point or same topic. So here are the again some characteristics that they choose short, familiar, and conversational words. Talking about for language, your language or vocabulary. Maybe you both are familiar. Construct effective sentences and paragraphs. Achieve appropriate readability and listenability. Talking for both skills, the reading skills and listening skills. Include examples, illustrations, and other visual aids when desirable. Yes, if needed, if it is required, you may add different like pictures, you like graphs, like any imagery if it is required. Fourth one, correctness is very much important. So what is the meaning of correctness? Is applied to the business messages, means right level of language and accuracy of fact, figure, and words. Please keep in your mind that correctness is of the high level. Right level of language means the selection of your words, accuracy of fact, figure, and words. If the information is not correctly conveyed, the sender will lose credibility. He is not able to work in a good way, or the same that the outcome will be the productive. Third one is the transmission of incorrect information to superiors will violate message decision making process. First one, they are saying if the correctness of message is not there, the receiver and speaker will not be able to do the work effectively. And if it happens, sender will lose credibility. Means sender, we cannot rely or do trust on the sender due to misinformation or misguided message. And then it will be not helpful for making a decision regarding the outcome regarding for both the receiver and from the speaker. Next one, transmission of incorrect information to outsiders will spoil the public image. If the decision making from the authority is not appropriate or not the right, so it will what happen, it will spoil the public image of that institute or organization, or you may say that defame of the institute will happen. To convey correct messages, grammatical errors should also be avoided, as it would be having the long lasting and productive outcome. So it would be free from errors like structure and composition. You should not transmit any message unless you are absolutely sure of its correctness. So you could not or you may not forward any message for which you are not sure of regarding the background or regarding any you may say that its value as well as its authentic resources. Next one is the consideration. Consideration, we may say that prepare every message with the recipient in mind and try to put yourself in his or her place. Try to visualize your readers with their desires, problems, circumstances, emotions, and probable reactions to your request. Then handle the matter from their point of view. You may also call this one you attitude, empathy, the human touch, or understanding of human nature. So we may say that all the previous four one are talking from the sender and receiver in the technical way, but when we are talking for the consideration, we are talking from the human perspective, that the desires, any problem, mean the barriers, the circumstances, as well as the emotions are also we may say that having the strong effect on human body while communicating with anyone. So we may say that it's a you attitude in which we have to follow on the empathy level also. Next one is courtesy, that is next level of consideration. Courteous message helps to strengthen present business friendships as well as to know make the new friends. This is you may say the extreme level of the relationship in which we have family, the strong close friends, or you may say that the you attitude, sincere you attitude. It's not merely politeness with mechanical insertion of please or thank yous. To be courteous, considerate communicators should follow these suggestions regarding tone of communication. Mean they focus these major characteristics. They are tactful, thoughtful, appreciative, omit expressions that irritate, hurt, or belittle the second person or the receiver. Mean we keep in mind the personality, the feeling, the sensitivity level of the next person. We may also say that it comes in the consideration, but as well as also in the courtesy. Grant and apologize good natured. So these two are interrelated, consideration and second one is the courtesy. They are interrelated. For consideration, this is talking about generally that for all the human beings we apply manners, some manners, and fixed the discipline also. But for the next one, for the courtesy, we could not show courtesy. We could not be courteous for everyone. For courtesy is a high extreme, next extreme level of consideration, for which we could not we apply only for those to whom we have strong emotional connection, and therefore it would be helpful and beneficial for making a relationship, but if so far they are already having a close relationship. Last one is the concreteness, in which we means that specific, definite and vivid rather than vague and general, and in which we have to use the specific facts and figures, put actions in the verbs and use vivid image building words. So these are actually concreteness, mean that whatever the language, the selection of language, the vocabulary, either written or oral, it must be it must be vivid, it must be we may say that definite and specific. Specific mean related to the topic or the environment or related to the listener or receiver. So here are the 7 C's of communication that we have discussed now, and in these 7 C's, by applying or by fulfilling all these 7 C's, our professional written skills, writing skills, and our formal speaking skills must be and could be improved. So please follow the 7 C's of effective communication to make your communication in a more for more productive outcome. So thank you dear students, this is all from my side. Stay blessed all of you. Have a good day.